guys. Bring this meeting of rural water, McCurtain County Rural Water 5 to order. Can we get a roll call, Mr. Secretary?
Yes. Call to order at 4 o'clock. Roll call. Paul,
I am here.
Chuck, absent. Don, absent. Tommy, here. Kevin.
Here.
Mr. Chairman, 3 of your board members are present. Have a quorum.
Thank you, sir. Recognition of guests. How many yes? No guests.
Krista doesn't count?
No, I haven't counted in a long time as a guest.
As a guest?
I always look at her as media.
That's fine.
Proof of posting. Secretary of State, office front, our website, and with the county. Thank you, sir. Number 5, consideration and approval of consent agenda. Approval of minutes, approval of bills and disbursements, approval of financial report, approval of new benefit units, approval of new transfer of benefit units, approvals of submittals from the 2022A loan fund. Can I get a motion to be made on consideration and approval of consent agenda?
I'll make that motion, Bros.
I'll second that motion. To approve consent agenda. Roll call. Paul,
Yes.
Tommy, yes. Kevin,
Yes.
motion to approve carried.
Number 6, discussion, consideration, approval, rejection of the manager's report presented by Dusty Payne.
There was one leak on the system for the month of March 2026. Total usage for the month was 22,628,000 gallons, with a daily average of 729,000 gallons. Stage 2 samples look great. Monthly back 2 samples were absent. Maintenance, one mainline repair, $354.90. 2 back 2 samples, $64. Totaling $418.90. New meters 11, line locates 136, work orders 124, active meters 2,805, non-active meters 1,316.
Man.
The Dusty, on the all right, so I guess I have 2 questions, and one of them is the water tower. Can you update us on that?
It's still gonna be the end of this month when they're supposed to start.
Starting at the end of this month. All right, so starting at the end of April, and what day is a 6-month period?
I think it was 9 months. It could be 6 months.
So sometime by the end of the year, real close, we should have something really close. It's the 9 month right at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Okay. My other question was, I did see some stuff, and you and I have discussed it a little bit. Did we have any reoccurrence of some manganese in the water, or was that just dirt in the line?
It was, so the manganese is always like
There.
on the pipe, and during that leak we had it stirred up pretty bad. Which we flushed it out, but once we got done, I guess there was another little pocket that stirred up, and then we had to come back out and finish flushing it.
Okay.
But we did have a report of some manganese, but we never really got a call here at the office or after hours or nothing. It ended up on Facebook.
Is that stuff that would be sitting in the line
I really couldn't tell you on that, because it's, everybody I talked to is on a loop line, that I got a hold of that guy, and it was on loop lines, so it shouldn't have been like on the dead end or nothing like that.
You talking about Gavin?
Mhm.
All right, anybody else got any questions for Dusty?
I do. How do we see like how much water we buy from Broken Bow and how much we sell and what that variance might be?
We do a water loss.
Okay.
We do it every month.
So how much water do we normally lose?
We made water this month.
There-
We made water?
Yeah.
Yeah. The
The
year-to-date audit showed we had a 96% water retention, 4% loss, which is outstanding.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
Some,
it's kind of a dumb
some are
question.
30, 40, 50%.
Oh, wow, okay.
There was an issue with the meter.
Yeah, we had a meter, the main meter at Broken Bow, it messed up, so that's where we kind of made water, which they got it fixed, but they're supposed to replace the entire thing again.
Yeah, that's just,
Yeah.
it'd be kind of an interesting thing to actually have this, we just, I don't know, just how much we buy versus what we sell, and we are buying the product and selling it, so.
Yeah, if you could add that, I mean, I know we talked a little bit about that earlier. If there's any way, they're looking at, maybe once we go to that a new software, it might be easier for them. With the software they're using, it does give them a true number, maybe an accurate number.
Yeah.
And because of time frames, but they said maybe when we get that new software going, that maybe that'll give us something easier to be able to understand. That's something that might be right. Am I right about that, Sarah? Okay. Anybody else? Paul, you got anything else?
No, sir.
Blue?
No, I'm done.
Number 7, now we gotta approve that. Can I get a motion to be made to just consider or approve or reject manager's report?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Paul made motion.
I'll second.
Second. Kevin. Vote. Paul.
Yes.
Tommy. Yes. Kevin.
Yes.
Motion carries. How's that?
All right. Comments from the public? Anybody?
3 questions. Question 1
Is that
actually
including
had,
media?
I get to look at her as an individual now.
well, it came through the media too, but manganese levels, Dusty, you kind of answered that question. Are y'all gonna be doing some kind of updates and reports on those? Because whether it happens and it's coming up because of a line leak or because the water level in the lake is extremely low still, could y'all put something out to answer that question? Because I saw several things come up with that as well. And we had some in our line, but it flushed through pretty quickly, and it's probably because y'all were flushing lines. But people who are just visiting don't know that. The other one is the annual meeting location. Y'all have that on there that, because Choctaw Landing put in that bid, but last time you talked about possibly doing it back at RPM Church or one of the others. I was just wondering the status of if y'all reached out to them and
Yeah,
y'all
we've
have a
got that.
decision
It's
on
there.
that, okay? And then, on the grant writer piece, when y'all are discussing that, if y'all have an idea of what that, are y'all going out for RFP on that for somebody to put in their proposal for how that would work? Is it gonna be an application? What will that look like for grant writers to let you know that they're interested in that position? That's it.
I think we have that on here too.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, anybody else? Yeah, we do have a guest here. Just totally ignored you, didn't
Turn
we?
back around. Turn back around.
I don't really like you sitting behind me, but. All right, number 8, discussion, consideration, approval, rejection on the 12-inch main line coming through town, possibly upsizing to a 16-inch line and adding flush plug installations for ISO. All right, that would be you, Dusty.
I got pricing on the flush plugs. On the ones that we already talked about, the 6, there are 5 of them around 7,500 each. And that's installation, the material and everything, guardrails and all that. And one of them is going to be about 15,000 because we have to do a line extension, get it within that 1,000-foot radius.
Okay, and the other ones are how much? Roughly.
7,500.
And these are flush plugs for ISO ratings.
Mm-hmm.
Is that gonna be an expense that the city will reimburse us for?
At the moment, no. That's really up to y'all.
And, well, I'll just ask that question about when we go from the 12, I can see the 12-inch up to a 16-inch line on us. But is the flush plugs required for ISO, or is that,
It's not required.
if we don't do, if there, say ISO was not part of the equation, would we still need those? Or is that added to get
Well,
the ISO?
you do, but you don't. It's there for our convenience.
Okay,
ISO is gonna be for our members.
yeah,
It's not benefiting the city per se.
no, okay.
But that's something that needs to be discussed, like you said. I mean, anything that we do to help to make our ISO numbers better is going to be, in my opinion, this is the way I look at it. And Dusty, y'all have your opinion as well, is that it's for the members. Because if we can get their ISO rating down, well, then that means that we save them money in insurance. And I think that's the whole purpose, is to help people save money on insurance. But again, that's always open for discussion, so. But that'll be, I guess, would be for another agenda item. Let's see, discussion, consideration, approval, rejection. We do have it all on there, though.
Dusty, that 12-inch line, that's what's currently scheduled to go in, is that when they redo the road through down here?
So we'll have to upgrade the line from the water plant to
Okay.
the highway,
Okay.
and from the highway to the water tower.
Wait, back up, from the water plant, which would be
So
Broker Boats.
Yep. And the easiest way would be going through the high line, where the 8-inch.
so we're buying the water at the plant.
Mhm.
Okay, so we would have to, we've got, what do we have coming through there now?
An 8-inch, and then a
8-inch.
6 comes in this way.
Okay,
Do what?
A 6 comes down the highway.
Okay, so, so you're wanting to go from a, to a 12-inch, or
that's
possibly a
what's planned.
16-inch?
12 is planned now.
Okay,
That was planned with the highway renovation. And,
Taking a 6 and a 8 and making it a 12.
and then we have talked about in here, well, if we're gonna go to a 12, would it be just as easy to go to a 16 and, really, increase our flow for future. Yeah, all right, and you got a price from David for that, correct?
He gave me a price, but I went ahead. He said for the whole job, a guessed amount about $4 million. I went ahead and called our corn main, our distributor, and got a price on what I thought would be most of the material. I know I missed
$1
one
million
or
of
two
the
things.
materials, just round numbers.
so it's gonna add about $1 million to the project?
No, that's his guessed amount was $4 million altogether.
That was to do
From the plant all the way.
all the
But
way
what is that? That's
out, and
parts.
then,
That's just
Our supplies.
Bill materials.
that's not labor or nothing like
Right.
that. Which I think if I'm gonna try working on some grants, but I think it may be better if we did it in like stages, since the highway ain't coming through until 2027 fall. I think we could go from the plant to the highway.
Okay,
Have
so
it.
with the 12-inch line, was the highway department paying for that?
Yes, that was planned for the 12.
Okay.
We would have to pay from the 12 to the 16.
So, all right, so,
What's the delta?
I'm sorry.
What's the difference?
yeah,
I really couldn't tell you. It's they don't even have a price yet on the 12.
Okay.
So it really depends on that.
I think we're probably on the same page.
yeah.
If laying a 12-inch line costs X, laying a 16-inch line probably doesn't cost much more than just the difference of the actual material. The labor is probably almost all the same, if not the same.
So is the highway department contracting it in their bid? I mean, they're gonna be bidding it?
It'd be
That'll
to the
be,
state,
that'll be an expense, I mean, they're gonna,
I believe. Ain't that, I think that's
or
how they
just tell
do
them to
it.
collect the money and then let us have that and we'll do it. It's gonna be expensive. Okay, yeah, let's get that number and see what the difference is gonna be before we really make a hard decision on going to 16, which I think is really where we need to be. And I think everybody needs to know a number.
Will that 8-inch line remain in place?
No,
It's
but,
presently there, it'll come out.
yeah, it's pretty much in the shoulder of the highway
Okay.
now.
Alright,
And so you're going from 8 and a 6 now to a 12. But Dusty's told me that before, because I've asked that question, is that going to the 12 will still give you a better flow rate than having a 6 and an 8, is that right?
double your flow rate, right?
Yeah.
2x.
Yeah, close to it.
But we thought, well, if we're
Yeah,
gonna be doing
12 inch road.
going from a 12 to 16, again, I wouldn't think it'd be that much more.
I think it was 750,000 a day on a 12-inch and $1 million a day on a 16.
I think we'd almost be crazy not to, if they're gonna be paying for the 12 and all we got to
They're
do is
gonna
pay
be
for the
paying for
difference.
75% of it.
And in 10 years down the road, we had to come in and increase our, do it all, right?
Yeah, which we still got to do from the plant to the highway. You know, the highway's
Right.
only from right here at this power deal, right by the church, all the way to past the Bendigos, right there at Stevens Gap Road. And then the 8 splits off, so I think they'll drop it back down to either an 8 or a 6 from there onto the tower.
So is the price that he gave you a number that is not including what they're putting in for us, the highway?
That was total for us paying it all.
Total, okay. Yeah, see if we can get that broke down so that we kinda know what we're gonna be spending.
You know, what our spend's gonna be, not what the project's cost.
Okay.
Yeah, what our spend is. All of a sudden, it makes our, roughly $6 million in cash look pretty small.
Yeah.
When you start talking about these big projects that are $1 million or more.
But the only thing about that is we're waiting on the highway department, but we could go ahead and get a price.
That's why I was thinking if we did from the plant to the highway first, and then by then, they should be getting ready to do the highway part,
Yeah, like I said,
since we would have to
it'd be
pay that
best
part
to-
anyways.
Yeah,
Before we do it,
If
it'd be
we-
best to know what we're doing.
the highway's gotta be done, anyway. Are we at a point where we have to go from the plant to the highway yet? Or is that something that could happen in 3 years, 5 years, as we set money back?
I'll have to ask David.
Okay.
You may know better on the 8-inch to the 6.
Okay.
Feeding the 16 is the only thing I worry about
It
on the
may
head
not be
loss.
something that has to happen at this moment, but
Mhm.
it may. Just because of that bigger line of feed, we have to keep the pressures.
And what you might do in the meantime, if he gave you a price of $4 million for the project, and it was bar at 16, tell him to give you a price for a 12, and I know it's gonna be different with them doing it, but that'll at least give us an idea, a roundabout number we're gonna be looking at for the difference.
Which he also, I think it was $4 million for the project and like 200 and something thousand for engineering. If he actually went through, he just guessed them out, took the measurements, and that was it.
And then see, we'd have to do it, like you said, in stages, because as far as even getting a price, because we still gotta know what we're gonna be paying for this part, or coming out to here, and then carrying it on to the water tower. Cause they're only gonna cover what portion?
From the power plant right there, all the way to Stevens Gap Road. And which they'll replace the 6 that keeps going, but I don't know if they'll cover it as a 12. Because the 8 splits off down the high line again.
There's not a lot that they're doing through there.
Which it's a lot of boring. And that's gonna be the biggest cost. That's pretty much all the boring that's gonna be done, besides girls gone line and stuff like that.
And have you talked to them as far as they said, yeah, this would be something we could do, but you're gonna have to pay the difference?
But it's already in there. Like if you wanted to upgrade from the 6 to an 8, you just gotta pay the difference.
Okay.
They'll pay to replace what's there.
Okay.
And we've already been approved to do the 12. So
Okay. All right. So you just want to get us some more numbers together so we can make a little more informed decision. And if we go from the water plant to the highway, where'd you say that's coming through?
The High Line, right down Old Hochatown Road, the first High Line
So
that
it
comes
comes
in.
out right here. Going right there at the power plant.
Goes behind the fire station and the water plant all
Do
the
we
way.
have an easement through there?
Oh, yes, we already got one for the 8-inch.
No.
It's pretty much gonna be right, maybe 5-6 foot off the 8-inch. I'm pretty sure we got a 20-foot easement through there.
And we would be doing that. We would be contracting that out, getting bids on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a pretty simple lay, wouldn't it? I mean, no
Yeah,
big line there, but
there's only one bore, so,
that's something that, does Kelly, he can do that, can he? He can? Not the boring, but the.
he may be able to rent the equipment, but he don't have nothing to do a 16. I don't know if his machine's big enough to do a 16-inch. It should be, but I don't know how big a bucket he has.
Yeah, so we can get a pretty decent hard number on this from David. Yeah, just do what you need to do to get us some hard number, or some numbers. So we'll know what we're looking at to do the difference.
I can ask him if he could do engineering on it, and then from the plant down, and then from the water tower up, and then we just, if it's, y'all decide to do a 12-inch, just change the pipe size. Should be able to do it that way. Because we'd have to pay to get the
We're gonna do,
engineering.
yeah, okay, yes, because we're gonna be doing a 12-inch anyway.
Mhm.
So we're not like we're throwing money away on the engineering. So yeah, I agree with that.
So from a finance side, how would we propose paying for this? I assume there's some
Well-
low interest loans available.
We're gonna have to do the 12-inch to get it out there.
Which, from what I understand, the 6 and the 8 can feed the 12. I just don't know if it will make any problems feeding a 16.
So that's gonna be something else we need to do.
Do what, a 6 and
A 6-inch and an 8-inch.
Can feed a 12,
feed a 12?
Mm-hmm.
but he's not sure it'll carry the 16.
That only
And
carries about, yeah.
Which it would,
that won't-
I think we'd still have to upgrade it anyways to get more gallons per minute, wouldn't we?
Well, cross surface area, only 12 inches give you 144 inches. The 6 and the 8 inches, 6 would give you 36 inches, and the 8 would give you 64 inches, so it gives you 100. So you've got 2/3 of the cross sectional area that you're feeding with that 6 and an 8 into that 12. So you're gonna be limited to that 12, so they're,
Yeah.
and is that I put it 10, is that 8-inch line that's already there?
Yeah.
Is the 6-inch line already there?
Mm-hmm. Which, so the plant right now, we can only run one pump, and it's maxed out. So, I
What
think,
size line are you running?
it's connected to 6 and 8.
Okay.
And I think they're 100 horse. They may be 50 horse. I think they're 50s.
one pump.
We got 2, but you can only run one at a time.
How come?
Blowout lines. The pressure on it, I think it's 120 when the pumps ain't on. I don't remember what they are when they're on.
Second one, is it just for redundancy? Yes, it goes down. Okay.
And of course, we're gonna be looking for grants as far as paying. Not gonna be guaranteed that that's what we're gonna get, but, on some of these grants that we get, it'd be a little different, I guess, than the rig grant. Is it the rig grant that we're doing for the vehicles? And, would those be a little different, applying for those?
So we max out at $100,000 each,
Yeah, those are, yeah.
the rig grants.
But if we're gonna, like, hire a grant writer to come in to try to get a job like this, they don't require, I don't know anything about the grants, they don't require that a job has to be started, do they? Before you get your grant?
Like with the rig grant, it cannot be started before,
Right.
approved. But there's a lot of grant information in the back of that too. There's different ones, it seems like it's.
Well, it sounds like we just need to get some more information together.
Mm-hmm. I think we got a guy from Communities Unlimited coming 29th.
The 29th, and he's the one that the ORWA on the resource guide, he's in there.
What about,
His name is Lucas, Guin, Guin.
what about, the 12-inch line that's gonna be coming, that we're talking about coming through? Has he given us a price on what it would cost to do it?
The time I talked to him about it, he was said he would come down and talk with me. But this has been a couple months back and he's been tied up, and he finally gave us a date to come back.
Okay, when's that?
The 29th.
Yep, of this month.
But we didn't, no, just.
You talking about David?
the other day.
Oh no,
No, I'm talking about David on the price for the 12-inch line.
oh he ain't got a price on that no. No, only asked him about the 16. Which I don't figure it'd be much different from the 16 to the 12. I can get a price on material and all that and see what the difference is.
Let's see if we can cut it up, because we know that the highway department's gonna pay for this portion. Let's get some footage going and get a price that we're actually gonna have to be held responsible for if we increase to a 16 versus a 12. I'll probably just do them both.
Okay.
And again, our numbers, I know we're gonna have that stretch, it's gonna go from a 12 to 16, so we kinda need something that we can kinda go off of to know, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be hard to figure that out with them doing the job, or them bidding it out. But if we had just some kind of an idea of where we're going, or what we'd have to spend with them versus what we've got to spend on our own. Ours we can get pretty decent, but theirs is gonna be kinda hard to figure the difference. You can do that? Yeah. So, the 12-inch main line coming through town, say we table that so that Dusty can gather more information. You wanna do that? Do you think you can get with David and get that information by the next meeting, or? Okay.
We just bring it back up for the next, put it
Yeah,
back in the next
table it-
meeting.
Table it until our next, whatever our
Table
date
it
is.
until he actually has more information, actionable.
This will probably be an ongoing for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not.
I say we just put it on there, for the,
Do we need to do it next month, or do we
Yeah.
need to wait a couple of months?
I'd do it next month, and then, like I say, it can be just kind of I mean, we can discuss it, and, that would be the 19th.
Just put it in the manager's report.
Yeah,
I can do that if you want.
as long as we're not gonna have to approve something. If you got all your information, then we're gonna need to
Oh,
approve
yeah.
it.
If I think you need it approved, I can get it put it back on there.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter to table it and just keep tabling.
Are you making a motion to table it, or are you just no action and put it back?
Well, if there's no action, it'll go away.
Well, we can bring
Unless
it
you
back.
bring it
Always
up.
bring it back up.
Yeah. So it doesn't really matter. You do what, I mean, you can put it on your manager's report as long as no action's needed. And if there is action needed, you can put it back in, so we'll just take no action on it today.
Okay.
Okay. No action taken?
No action taken. I like that. Put it in the manager's report.
Now, is that also for the flush plugs too?
Just put it all in there. That'll stop it. Just kinda make that part.
Now, we do have, let's go back, because you do have, how many flush plugs do you have in town that we could do without having, that doesn't involve that 12 or 16 inch line?
Oh, okay.
Oh, that does involve?
Does
No.
not.
One. Or two.
So we could only do 2 of those, which
Which
is,
we can go ahead and install them, make it to where we can just tie into it when we come through the 16. Or
we wouldn't want to do that until we know what for sure we're doing. But you've got 2 areas now that you could use, that we could use it,
yeah, we can install them.
and that's up to 7,500 a piece.
One of them is one we got to do a little bit of a line extension.
And that was 15,000.
Around about, yeah. I got to double check my numbers. I have that down.
Is that would we install those?
Kelly Wood.
Kelly is.
Yeah, he said 2,000 each.
that's included in this price.
For the material for the line extension, around 6,000, so $10 a foot, and it was about 400 foot,
And that line would be what size?
6 inch, coming off an 8.
Do we know? I guess what I'm asking is how much that goes to will help us. I don't remember, we had that meeting with that lady and I don't remember what she said.
It would be, one of them be right beside, Naaman's Barbecue,
Okay.
and the other one will be across the highway at, that new, 59 Market and the new one, the new strip mall. I don't know what the name is on it.
I thought we had some down, I thought we had like 4 or 5 that you said we could, areas, or do we have that many down there already?
So the other ones are those. The one at the saloon, one here at the office, and so saloon, strip mall, office, pet and zoo, the fire department, Hochatown Distillery, Naaman's Barbecue, and 59 Market.
Alright, so this stuff needs to be done for our eyes already. Whether we do them 1 at a time, 2 at a time, 3 at a time, I mean, I'm not gonna say that going in here and doing these 2, it's gonna help. But how much is it gonna help, I can't say. But it is going to help, and I do remember her saying that. So eventually, these are gonna need to be done anyway. Whether we do them, I think if we do them now, we just kind of spread them out. We're not just doing them all at one time. Because I don't think we need to plan on anything until we do the 12 or deciding on the 12 or 16 that's coming off of it. But if we've got areas that we can go ahead and put them, then I would say that it's something that we need to consider. The one that is coming off that you're laying line for, is it? It's not going to be. It's not going to have anything to do with that 12 or 16 inch line that we come through. So in other words, we wouldn't be double. I mean, doing extra work, would we? Okay. So that's the only part of that I think that we could consider approval of today. Are you and I on the same page as far as the ISO, that they needed that for the help with ISO ratings? And it is whatever it was, that amount that they needed to, how was it called, your flow rate?
I could tell you that one. Yeah, one of them would be for sure. The other one, I'd have to do that. Get David to do the hydraulics on
I'll
it.
tell you what,
Let's
get that information before we decide to go out and spend 8,000, 15,000. Let's get that from him to make sure that it's what we're gonna need. And then we also need to get with her again and say, hey, look, these are 2 that we're looking at doing. Is that gonna help us? I mean, I'm pretty sure that it does, because I mean, if everyone I think that we can put in is gonna help you a little bit. That's the way I understand it. So, but being that we kind of want to ask her maybe that one more time, revisit with her on it, and then get with David to make sure that I don't want to put one in that not going to do us any good.
Yeah.
So basically, back where we started, and we'll just take no action, and then you can update us on it next meeting.
Okay.
And if you update us and it's positive, of course, we want to go ahead and get those 2 on the agenda. Okay. Anybody else got any questions?
Nope.
All right. Number 9, discussion, consideration, approval, rejection, review, sketch from architect, scope of size funding for office building. I've talked to those guys that I had talked to before, and they are calling to come to a meeting at different meetings. Of course, I don't want to have them here at the same time. One of them is Architecture Plus. They're out of Fort Smith. The other one is Architecture PLLC, and he is out of Shady Point. This one was given to me by someone that I know that is a builder, that is a contractor, big contractor, not just, you know, a small contractor. And he highly recommended this guy. He's done work with him, and he's worked for others, but he said this guy's just really easy to work with. This one is doing or did the animal shelter in Broken Bow. And I don't remember how I came up with his information, but I did come up with it before I found out he was doing the shelter there.
They've done several public works here in the county.
It might have been you that gave me this
Yeah.
information.
We
Yeah.
did them before, but.
Okay.
Yeah, they've done several schools, they've done several
Yeah.
public work projects.
I talked to both of them. Both sound to be very good people, but you know we got a lot more to look at than just that. But so I thought, well, instead of me coming in here and talking to you about what they sent us, I thought, well, let's get them in here and let them give you the scoop. And so they, if we continue to work with it like this on May the 19th, Architecture Plus would be here. And then on June 9th, the Architecture PLLC. Both of them are Michael. If we want to go faster, well, then we're going to need to just have another meeting. Or we could start our meeting on the next month, maybe a little early, and have the other one come then. I didn't think about that until I'd already set those up. And it's how y'all want to do it. I mean, I just hate it that we're having to wait, you know. Because what I would say we do is we pick one, let them give us their spiel on whoever we like the most, feels like it's a better fit for us. Is at that point we give them a rendering, a drawing of kind of what we want, and then turn them loose, let them do the plan, and get that hammered out. And it looks like it's going to cost you around probably anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 just to get a plan, and then which we got to have anyway. And if we decide we don't use them, we don't use them. We just keep the plan.
And then we have the plans though.
Right.
I mean,
And and then of course it goes from there. So we gotta get it started. So, but I didn't want to, I didn't feel like it'd be right for me just to say, bring it in here and show y'all what he sent us, and I thought it'd just be better that they come here and talk to you guys in person. So again, if we want to try to move on it faster, we try to either have an early meeting or a extra meeting, or we leave it like it is and have one come in May and one come in June.
I'm all about efficiency. I mean, our building's not going to be that complicated. I'd just soon kind of get moving a little bit faster.
Or do y'all want to try to start a meeting early, or do y'all want to have an extra meeting?
I'd rather have one meeting,
Okay.
make a decision, and move forward.
I'll call them tomorrow and see if we can get one of them, the second one to come on the same date, but maybe an hour. Start the meeting at 3 versus 4, and have him come at 3, or maybe have him here at 3:30, and then the other guy at 4:30.
My thought is if we started today, we're 18 months away from having the building, so
Yeah.
it's just a long-term project. I'd rather.
Oh yeah, and then I did notice that one of them said it would be at least 18 months before it'd be completed.
Yeah.
So do y'all have a problem if I even started a little earlier?
Nope, I'm
I'm
Sure you
good.
do your 10-day advance notice that you're changing the meeting time.
Do what?
Don't forget to do your 10-day advance notice that you're changing the meeting time.
I may do that where they're not just back to back. We just, if nothing else, we'll maybe get our meeting done earlier. Cause one of them told me 30 minutes, 45 minutes, probably depending on the questions. So I'll talk to them and see what their schedule
Is
is.
there any action items on that item? So,
Yeah,
discussion.
I just say would be no action.
No action. Okay.
All right, discussion, consideration, approval, rejection, withdrawal rig application number 30358 on the Eagle Mountain Phase 5 20 by 62 standpipe and resubmit for a truck and excavator. And Dusty, do you or Sarah want to explain that?
You want to explain the bigger part?
Okay, the first part is there, y'all need to start the project before the grant. Right now, Kelly Brown says that there's not available funds. And in July is when they will receive funds. But there's several applicants in front of us. If we start, then it's not good anymore. But she said we needed it on an agenda if y'all chose to withdraw to turn into her so they could actually pull the application out.
So basically, in June or July every year, they put $10 million in a big fund for all these rig grants. Towards the end of the year, where we are right now, the money's gone. So we can apply for something right now. There's no money to get.
Right.
So this is to unapply, withdraw the application right now, wait until they restart the fund and call it July. We reapply in July, and then the bucket's full again.
And you have to do it before they start our project. Our project starts the end of this month. So that's the kicker.
Yeah.
Did you get that, Blue? You got any questions?
No, I think what it says right here is, I understand what we need to do, we just need to do a
Okay.
motion.
We're not gonna get the money anyway, so I'll go ahead and make a motion that we withdraw the rig grant, for that project.
Withdraw and then resubmit for the equipment.
Well, I don't know if we can resubmit because there's no money there, of course. I mean,
Well,
She did say that you could resubmit and then you'd be in line.
right. That's the
But
kicker,
we-
is that
yeah.
we have to do it. The job has to be started before.
He can't
start until we're approved. And so our job in water tower, it's set. You know, we're starting at the end of the month. So we don't have time. I mean, if the money's not there, I think we're basically spinning our wheels by applying for it.
I have one question though. Can you wait that long on the excavator if it doesn't go through?
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, now come July, we can do grant after grant after grant after grant as fast as we can kind of do and get.
Yeah.
It's a reimbursement grant, so we approve, we spend the money, we prove we spent the money on what we said we would, and then they reimburse us. But when they reimburse us, man, we can go to project 2 right then. And we can apply for as many as we
Yeah, right.
until the money runs out.
But
So
now,
is everybody else.
but I'm correct by saying that the water tower's out because it starts before we could get it.
Yeah, we're already started pretty much. Once we're actually digging, ain't that how it is? Once they start working
Yeah,
on it,
it's-
we wouldn't be able to get that 100,000.
So I have a motion made by you, Paul, to withdraw grant application 30358 and resubmit for trucking excavator in the new period. The
That
new
correct?
grant period.
Sarah, is that what you need?
Yeah.
Paul made that. I will second it. And we'll do a roll call. Paul?
Yep.
Tommy? Kevin?
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, now this is outside of what we just spoke about, that discussions, consideration, approval, rejection of purchasing a new truck for the district.
Is this an additional truck or a replacement truck?
Replacing.
Okay. Just the oldest truck we have, I assume, is what we're replacing?
Well, we have one truck that's, from what we're thinking, we ain't took it in to get service or not looked at because we don't want to spend extra money on it.
What's the year and mileage?
2017 and 98,000 on that one, and then we got one that's 143,000 and
Just getting broken.
yeah. So these are the two that looking at this in the next that's one where
You know, generally speaking, we should be buying a truck probably every year. Just, you know, we've got, what, half a dozen or
If you
something
get them
trucks?
spread out, that would be the best way to do it, is just spread them out, not have to do 2 in 1 year.
Right. I mean, how many trucks do we have total?
7,
Okay.
6.
So if we buy one a year, that means forever, kinda, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just budget, what's a truck these days, 80 grand?
Right
This
now,
one's a little less,
yeah, I got
a half ton.
half ton for lowest one's 46.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, we should just know in our budget that we're buying a new truck,
We got it in there this year.
probably every year.
And so you're wanting to do one through the rig and then the one just outright? And, both of them are gonna be half tons?
Okay, so the rig grants, we can do up to 100 grand. So if we're gonna do this, the rig grant would probably be for 2 trucks.
That's why they threw the excavator in with,
Yeah, I mean, again, the rig grants, if it's up to 100 grand, there's really very few, if any, limits on what we can do. So we can rig grant almost anything.
right,
So we need a truck, we can separate the fact that we need a truck and we have a rig grant. So they're kind of two different things.
but how does it work again? Go ahead.
But what I don't wanna do is do a rig grant for 46,000
Right,
when we can do a rig grant for 100,000.
That's
So we're kinda wasting 50 grand of a rig grant.
We're doing the track out and the truck same
Okay.
time.
And I assume, so what's the total?
For one,
Round
70
numbers.
75,000 and 46,000, and then it's 80-20 grant, and they'll pay up to 100,000.
Perfect. Yeah, so,
Who's what's the 80-20?
The rig.
Okay.
yeah, they'll reimburse us 80% of,
but we,
Is this item 11, is this for 2 trucks?
this
or
is
one
for
truck?
11,
Just one.
no, just one.
Yep.
So,
We're needing a new truck now. Right now, we really need 2 trucks, but we can live with 1 for now. We got 2 trucks down and one, it's got, in the last couple of years, we spent $14,000 fixing it. Every time somebody gets in it, we gotta fix it.
do we need that, so, sounds to me like we need a truck. They're roughly $46,000. Do we pay sales tax on those?
No.
Okay. So $46,000, is there any trade-in value to the truck that we have?
We got auction them off.
But we can send it to the dealer and let them handle it for us?
I think they usually just take them to the auction,
Okay.
in which it won't be much.
Sure, yeah, I'm guessing $1,500.
Yeah, it ought to be a little better than that. I don't know, what'd we go?
The last truck, we got 4,500,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't start at that time.
Yeah, so a few thousand. I mean, if it's in the budget, I mean, I'll make the motion to go ahead and approve the purchase of a new truck up to $50,000 and let Dustin and them handle it, unless there's any more discussion. Cause the other thing it needs lights, like all the normal stuff
Yeah.
needs to be done, so that we're not talking about this.
Okay. And I ain't gotta get that approved though.
No,
Okay.
And then, you said the one bid you got was how much?
The lowest one so far is 46,000. The next one was 48,000.
Okay,
yeah, we put in the, last time we talked about lights and safety stuff, that's a forever thing. Every truck we ever have needs that stuff. That does not need to come before the board.
yeah.
And, cause it's also in the budget.
So he made a motion, I'll second.
I assume you're putting off-road tires and stuff on it too at the same time?
We'll wait until the tires wear out.
Okay.
Is it 4-wheel drive? Or 2-wheel? Okay.
So I have a motion to replace one of our trucks, approve a purchase up to $50,000. Made by Paul, seconded by Kevin. Roll call, Paul,
Yes.
Tommy. Yes, Kevin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Yeah, okay. Discussion, consideration, and possible action to declare a district-owned truck and tilt trailer as surplus due to condition, and authorize disposal by public auction at Brinkley auction or other appropriate method, including setting minimum bid or approving sale as is. And that is for one truck and the dump trailer?
It's a tilt deck trailer.
Oh, okay. So what are we doing about just getting rid of it? I mean, we're going to replace it or what?
Just sell. Since we already got the gooseneck in replacement of the tilt trailer, we just never sold it. And then we're really, I guess, we could sell 2 trucks. Either which one of those ones. Regular cab that's got the head gasket out that we think, and then Rod's old truck. That got to almost 150,000 miles.
Okay, which one was you talking about when you were thinking of doing it this way?
Either one.
Either one, or we could do both.
Or both.
And the other one, not Rod's truck, but the other one, you think Ted guess it's out on?
It was about, I called Chevy Place and it was 2,500 to 5,000 without them looking at it.
And that was is that the 17 model?
Yes, both of them are 17s.
Okay. And when we go to trade these in, I know I've asked you this question before, or when we go to purchase these, do they not want to deal with the trade-in, or is it just not worth it?
We gotta have them auctioned. We
That's
gotta
right.
give the public
That's right.
a chance to buy it.
Yeah, I forgot. Okay. Good. Or is it not gonna leave you short-handed till you get a new truck?
Well, one of them's down, can't drive it. The other one, nobody wants to drive it. So
Okay.
we got one that's running, but I think we'll be alright until we get there.
Okay, well, if you got two, I'd say
We got the 1 ton too. We absolutely need to drive it too.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so, discussion and consideration, possible action to declare the district-owned truck and tilt trailer as surplus due to conditions. Can we do that? Can we do what, being that we have truck and tilt trailer, can we add trucks?
I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
You can amend language.
Do what?
You can amend language, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, well then, I make a motion that we approve, or we authorize disposal by public auction, of the district-owned truck, 2 trucks, a 1/2 ton and a 3/4 ton, is that correct? That's
Both have tons.
both 1/2 tons?
One crew cab, one regular cab.
Okay, and, 1 tilt trailer, via auction, or other appropriate method, including setting minimum bid or approving sale as is.
I'll second.
You were finished? That second coming there all fast. I didn't know if you were finished.
Efficiency, Tommy.
Second, all right, second by Paul. Roll call.
Aye.
Paul.
Me.
Tommy. Yes. Kevin.
Yes.
Did you want to see these? There's not much to them. It's just basically an insurance card. Just want to make sure you guys have the opportunity to.
All right.
One says we got 110,000 miles, one 140. It's just an insurance card.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. Number
Moving right along.
13, discussion, consideration, approval, or rejection of sending 2 letters of appreciation to ORAA RIG grant program in recognition of funding received for district projects, including the service truck and the line locator and leak detection equipment.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
Third.
Motion been made to approve by Tommy, seconded by Kevin. Roll call. Paul.
Yes.
Tommy. Yes. Kevin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Alright, 14, discussion, consideration, approval, rejection, selection of an engagement of a grant writer for the district to be compensated on a contingency basis contingent upon the successful receipt of grant funding, including authorization for the board to negotiate scope of services, fee structure, and contractual terms. Reject selection engagement, and be basically an engagement, and we have already got a couple of people that are supposedly coming and talking to you, Sarah, is that correct?
On the 29th is the Lucas from Communities Unlimited. And there is another lady she's a chairman of Water District 17. They've had several RIG grants, and then they actually have I think it's a big Choctaw Nation grant and a couple other grants.
Mm-hmm.
She was just gonna come down here and explain to us how they got those and what they did.
And that was the 29th of,
29th of this month. And now the lady from District 17, she hasn't given a day.
Okay. All right, we need to get with her and get something in writing, and then, now, what do you have from ORAA recommendations? This?
They didn't. They had turned in some stuff to him, which I don't, it's in your office somewhere. But this has actually his name and contacts of several of the different funding places, even for loans. All on the back of this.
Okay.
But yeah, he's actually from Communities Unlimited, and what he wanted to do was just come here and like do a financial assessment on the district. He says that his staff is the one that handles, the actual grant process, but he needs information from us before, anything was to happen.
Okay, let's get those set up, and then with anyone else that's requested, to be considered, probably email them, contact them, and have them send us in a, kind of a resume.
Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna be a full-time job. I mean, it probably
No.
could be. I mean,
Well, no, but what I'm saying is to basically give us something to either set up a time to come talk with Sarah, discuss it, or to all of us, or send a resume so that we can review, like this other lady, if she can't come, have her send a resume showing what she's done and what she thinks she can do for us, at least, so that we can have some information to review it. And basically, that.
It's answering the question.
Yeah, just send us, I've put together like a little resume and let us have it to review when we review these others.
Yeah, I think it would be, essentially on a contingency basis. So if you apply for a grant for X amount of dollars, we would contract pay whoever got the grant, a percentage of the grant. So
Right.
5%, 10%, whatever the, kind of normal is for that kind of thing. So we
That-
get a $50,000 grant, we pay a percentage of that when it's, funded.
Right. And then I know Blue brought it up, and that's the way this reads, is, compensated on a contingency basis, contingent upon the successful receipt of the grant. I think that was something you had mentioned, so you wanted to make sure that was in there. All right, so basically, if I'm reading this correctly, we're basically just getting the consent to start an engagement in the process to select, correct? Okay.
And by the way, I don't think that this would necessarily have to be one person or one company. I mean, there's lots of grants out there, lots.
Have multiple working on.
I mean, certainly we wouldn't want them working on the same
Right.
resource, but
Right.
why
Yeah.
not?
Okay, that's something to keep in mind.
Sure.
All right, get a motion that we start the engagement of a grant writer.
I'll make a motion that we start the engagement with a grant writer.
I'll second.
Motion been made by Paul. Start the engagement for a grant writer, seconded by Kevin. Roll call. Paul?
Yep.
Tommy, yes. Kevin?
Yes. Discussion, consideration, approval, rejection of changes to the water user agreement application, including adding hydrant policy and 2-inch water fees.
They're pretty much the exact same. It's just Steve said that we could, to take the stuff off us on the policy, we could give the hydrant to the city. That way it's theirs, but we still maintain it.
Makes sense.
Is these two different versions of the hydrant policy?
Yeah, just different wording on the.
Do we have currently we don't have a hydrant policy, do we?
So which one did they recommend out of the two?
It just depends on if you want the city to take it or if
Oh,
you want us
okay.
What's the difference?
It's pretty much just the last part, I think.
Is it saying that the hydrant would not be metered? Is that kinda what it's saying, that we're not selling water off of a hydrant?
It's mostly just that we don't provide fire protection.
That's a big deal.
That's the
Sure.
biggest deal
Yeah,
on that.
so the first one I see, hydrant will be installed by the district and become property of the district after installation. The second one, hydrant will be installed by the district and become property of the city of Hochatown after installation. What do you recommend on that?
I think if the city has it, it wouldn't be ours anymore. So
It wouldn't be what?
It wouldn't be ours. It won't be our responsibility.
Who's responsible for maintaining it?
The city.
Which they can't do, which I guess they can hire somebody.
Which maintaining it would be what the fire department already does. They just greasing it, exercising it, which we can do that too. But it would be their responsibility to do it. The fire department goes out and does that.
Yeah, so looks to me like the second one kinda makes it the responsibility of Hochatown to manage it moving forward.
Which I would still have to get with Adam on that one and I talked to him already, but
Make sure that they can,
yep.
Trust will have to approve it, actually.
Yeah.
So it'll have to go further than Adam.
whereas we keep it, district will become property of the city, district will allow water sales, members. Alright, so hydrant installation will only be allowed on main lines, blah, blah, blah. Hydrant must be purchased and paid in full by member requesting it before installation. Member purchase hydrant installation cost is shown on the attached fee schedule. So what exactly does he mean by member? Us paying for it?
That's mostly for the future. The biggest part is the very last line. The last line, that's underlined.
Mhm.
That's the biggest part right now. The
Right.
rest of it's for future and just to have for.
So what would you rather do? Would you rather have it under ours and we maintain it, or?
I think it would be better for the district to have the city take ownership of them.
Okay, well then let's get this to the city and for their approval. And, is it typed out to where basically we install them? Or is that something we're gonna, talk to them about as well?
We can talk to them about that if they want to get their own contractor or however.
Well, I mean, are they gonna pay for the hydrants or are we gonna pay for the hydrants?
That's up to y'all. I haven't decided at all.
Okay.
Really thought on that one.
So I guess be the best thing to do is get this information over to the city or to the town. And, they're gonna have to mill through it and talk to their attorney and go back and forth until we can hammer it out to how exactly we want it.
Okay.
But again, my thoughts are is that this is for the members. This is no way can't say it's no way benefiting the town, but the town is wanting to do it for the members, for insurance. So just keep that in mind, and then we'll bring it back up after you talk to them and go from there.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yep. And then the 2-inch meter.
And what was that about?
Kevin, can I say something? That's if you can get that to Alan as fast as you can. We've got a special meeting tomorrow, but we can't talk about it tomorrow.
Okay.
We've got a meeting May the 6th. So if you can get that to Adam, so we can get it on the agenda for May the 6th.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right now, we don't have a price on 2-inch meters to get one put in, because technically we got to get it approved by the engineer before we can ever set a 2-inch meter.
And who's requesting a 2-inch?
Right now, nobody, but there is that apartment complex maybe going in,
Oh, that's right, yeah.
and I was just getting ahead of it and getting a price on the 2-inch meter, or they could do a 3/4 for each one of the apartments.
Okay.
But right now, just for materials, looking at a little over 4,000. And I talked to a bunch of people, and it's material plus labor, and then one other water district's 5,000 for a 2-inch meter.
Building the lagoon? How are they gonna wastewater? They building the lagoon?
Don't know. I heard that they wasn't able to do it yet.
And then that's something else,
I'm sorry.
that's something else that we're gonna have to look at too, is impact fee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's something we need to be considering, cause if you're going to put a 2-inch meter in, feeding, let's just say 30 apartments,
Mm-hmm.
that's 30 people that are on the system, are being brought into the system, and, so that's something we're gonna need to be thinking about, impact fee for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's gonna be a little different. I mean, if he goes in there and sets a meter for every apartment, then you're basically where you are.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
right now we don't even have a water line down that road.
Right. That's something we need to think about. But if you're good with the 2-inch being, what's our low, next one is a 1-inch, what is it?
20, little less than 2,500. Right, Christie?
2450.
2450.
So are you requesting that we take the 2-inch meter fee to $5,000?
Yes, right now we don't have one.
You know,
I wanna make that motion? That we, make the motion to, take the 2-inch meter fee to $5,000? Say all right, Chris?
I'll second.
Motion's been made to bring the 2-inch meter fee to 5,000 by Paul, seconded by Kevin. Roll call. Paul?
Yes.
Tommy? Yes. Kevin?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Discussion, consideration, approval, rejection regarding the certificate of deposit held at the First State Bank with maturity date of 6/5/26, including consideration of renewal, reinvestment, or other disposition of the funds. Currently, the amount is $19,895.84. With that being said, Sarah had given me some information earlier. Go ahead, Sarah.
It's a 12 months CD. It's at 3%.
So Sarah, what else do we have that's First State Bank? So do we have, what other accounts do we have there?
We have
around
our
that?
operating account and then our payroll account.
So first of all, we're talking about $20,000 total, right?
But let's go back, because there's a potential, I thought the same thing, let's go ahead and cut to that chase, is that there's a potential of having $200,000 sitting there waiting to be put in, this one being one, some that he just moved today.
We closed Idaville National today because that's one previously in the minutes to close, so it's closed, and those funds were wired to McCurtain County National Bank's account until y'all
Okay,
decide what y'all wanna do.
So roughly, let's just say somewhere around $200,000, that we would have that we could put into another CD, or, if y'all don't mind me asking, if he doesn't, would you shed some light on, I know y'all had a little dealings with the,
Raymond James.
yeah, Raymond James.
Sarah, didn't I give you that information?
Yes.
And that's a,
Right now, currently, the last time I talked to Robin Byford, she's with Raymond James in Oklahoma City. Last time I talked to her, it's paying 3.4. You can put, I don't know if there's a minimum you can put with it, and the one that's paying 3.4, you can only put up to 3 mil in there, but there's no minimum you can put in. That is available to you with an email, and you can have that money back in a 48-hour time period. That's the beauty part about that.
Who's it with?
Raymond
James.
James. Raymond James?
yeah.
Hope
Yeah,
I'm saying that right.
Yeah, I mean, I still like the idea of maybe I'm old fashioned this way, I like having it right down the road. I mean, not that we're probably gonna need it, within less than time than 48 hours, but.
Like I said, all it takes is an email or a phone call,
Right.
and it's wired right back to you within 48 hours.
We could at least call them, see what the rate is on what we would be putting in, and then if it's close to where we're at, then we'll just put it back and we'll go with one of them. Or do y'all wanna go straight off with one of them now?
For one, I think we need to go ahead and close the account. I mean, it expires in June, so
Yeah.
let's get that done so we don't run into it if it matures for
Right,
another year.
no, I agree.
So let's go ahead and authorize her to close it, move it to one of the other First State Bank accounts that we have. We've got one at 1%. Now, did I read it right, same bank, 1%?
Mhm.
No, If you wanna figure out at some point how to move that 700 and what's gonna be $50,000 to Raymond James for 3.5%.
No, that's on the operating account.
Hang on. So I've got a First State Bank at 1%, is that our operating?
First State Bank is our operating where we write all the checks
Okay,
from.
well, then, so we're talking about 20 grand, just put it in operating for now.
Put it over in operating.
It's not a big enough amount to really deal with individually. So at least gets rid of,
Right, you're right.
So the motion is,
I'm gonna make a motion, we take take the CD for roughly, I'm rounding, $20,000 at maturity, and just move it into our operating account for now.
Yes, sir, refresh my memory, what were some of those other ones we were
Okay.
at 3.9, I mean, were we at 3.9 on some of those, or 3.5, 4?
McCurtain County Nationals is 3.49 and the annual yield is 3.54, which is 12-month CD. And then we closed the other Idaho Nationals, so we don't have an account with them anymore. So that's all that left us with another CD was this one today, which y'all are closing.
Okay,
So that's just gonna leave one CD out there.
okay.
got a motion on the table, on the floor to move move CD at maturity to operating account. Paul, second.
Kevin?
Kevin. Roll call. Paul.
Yep.
Tommy, yes. Kevin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, 17, discussion only on meter deposit refunds. So we've got that, amount that Sarah's got in an account that we can't do anything with, and, so we had discussed earlier that she and Dusty get together and see what would be the best way of, reimbursing that. And a new, rule of how it would be collected in the future and reimbursed. Because now it's just kind of out there. There is no regulation. Well, it's different. Regulations are different than developer agreement. I'm thinking, am I saying it right?
Yeah, the developer agreement's different.
So they're gonna work on getting that put together and seeing how and what's the best way to disperse those funds and how to also collect them for the future and reimburse at the same time, basically, so that we're not having that account build up and it's just sitting there. So we're looking at different time frames.
It's also not in one set account either, so
But
we'd
you-
have to pull it from an account. My suggestion to him is if it does get paid back in the future, is to move over, let us do a transfer, have that on agenda to do a transfer to the operating and then write those checks from there.
Yep. Cause he and I had kind of talked about it earlier, that if you do that, on any new developments in the future, that they pay that amount up front, but then they get it back quicker than what we're doing now. Where it's just not gonna sit there in that account and we have to babysit it. That as soon as that, maybe within a year's time, but he and I had talked about that, let y'all decide on what would be the best way to do it with you on the accounting side.
That way it's not sitting in there for 10 years and
Right.
That was a discussion on an item.
Yeah. So y'all gonna get, more information on that. If we need to do anything, we'll do it on the next one. Okay. 18, old business. Discussion, consideration, approval, rejection, location of annual meeting, Choctaw Landing provided estimate. We had the option of Choctaw Landing, the church next door, or what's the name of that other church?
The RPM?
RPM. RPM's where we did it last year, so we just we got a bid from Choctaw on their conference room. Which one of these was the package that we were looking at, Sarah?
The one is larger than the other one, and I don't remember exactly which was.
Conference
I don't
room
think
for,
you'll
are we
ever
looking
see
at a
them.
half day or?
On the agenda, talking with Steve, so it would be, y'all would come here in the morning and start the meeting like y'all did last year. and then the second location of wherever the meeting's at will be listed, and then that's where.
So we could do it for half a day.
Yeah, you could do it for half a day and just start, start at 7 wherever the location is.
So we've got 2 different rooms that we're looking at with them, and it's conference room, 50 attendees for $450 for a half day, and then 60 attendees for $600 half day.
So I know we won't know how many attendees we're gonna get, but also we're gonna do mail-in ballots this year, so.
Right.
But also we're not talking about a huge amount of money difference either. I'd rather do the 60-person room and have 30 people show up than do the
And-
40-person room and have 50 people show up.
And we have the other options that we haven't talked to them, but we do have other options if we want to talk to them.
You know, the nice thing about this is then they have bathroom facilities, we can probably have bottled water, we can probably,
It'll be something different.
yeah. It's also plenty of parking for, I mean, it just makes sense, it's,
Okay, so we just need to get a motion
I'll just make a motion, we go ahead and do the $600 package
with y'all.
with Choctaw.
All right.
And based on that, we'll learn what we can do, in future years maybe.
All right, we got a motion, I'll second it.
So we've got a motion to approve the 60 people room, half day, $600 package, Choctaw Landing, seconded by Kevin. Roll call, Paul?
Yes.
Tommy? Yes. Kevin?
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, new business, any matter not known about which could not have been reasonably or seen prior to the time of posting. Any new business?
Does the,
Consideration or do what?
Sorry, guys.
Okay,
Okay, so on that, to correct the meeting time for the annual meeting, we'll need to change that to 8 a.m. So that way y'all come in and not like we did last year, so it's all on that one agenda.
yeah,
8 and then 7 p.m.
yeah.
Do we need to make a motion?
I think y'all
So we
do.
need a motion to what?
To
start at 8 a.m. here.
to
at the
our
district.
annual-
our
Yes.
annual meeting, time at 7, 8, what'd you say?
Whatever time in that morning y'all want to start. Last year we did it 8
At
in the
8?
morning. Yes.
8 o'clock
a.m.
Mhm.
On what day?
It would be June the 18th. That's Thursday.
We're gonna start it at June 18th, so I'm writing the motion, as we're talking about a motion to start annual meeting at AM, June 18th
At district office.
at Rural Water 5 District Office.
Continue till 5?
Yeah, it'll be go through 5. I'm not exactly for sure. I wasn't in here when y'all started that, but that's what y'all did. Y'all started it, then y'all
Right.
just like reconvened
Right.
at another location.
We started the meeting so that
Yeah.
it was open.
Yeah.
And
And-
then,
And then reconvene,
well, we don't.
how do you do that? How do you say to state that?
You recess it at 5 and you reconvene with the other place at whatever time.
Yeah, recess at 5, reconvene at what time?
7.
7? Is there any reason why we can't, move that up to 6?
AM? I'm kidding.
6.
Fine with me.
Yeah, I don't
Six.
think there's anything.
Let's just get it over
Reconvene
with.
6 p.m. at Choctaw Landing.
Does
Right,
it say
just get it
something
over
or-
with and not be as late.
All right, so I have a motion by Kevin, start annual meeting at 8 a.m. June 18th at Rural Water 5 District Office, continue until 5 p.m. for recess, and reconvene at 6 p.m. at Choctaw Landing.
At the, I would go ahead and put that name,
The name what?
the, conference room. I
Oh.
guess we do know that, it's the
Uh,
OKSAK. Here you go. Or do we wanna leave that
It's not-
open
it's
in
not longer
case they
so
change
bad,
it?
just
Yeah,
in case it
yeah.
changes.
Yeah, that's good.
We can update what it's
Yeah,
going to be.
I agree.
So that motion's been made, seconded. Tommy? Roll call. Paul?
Yes.
Tommy? Yes. Kevin?
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, consideration approval to adjourn.
Yep.
Paul make that motion. I'll second.
Paul made it, seconded by Kevin. Roll call. Paul?
Yes.
Tom? Yes. Kevin?
What am I giving you, sir? Yes.